Podcast.
Good evening. A new version of a synthetic drug led to a busy weekend for emergency responders in Fort Wayne.
It is a recent recipe of spice that's making its way around the community. News Channel 15's Aaron Rodgers talked to leaders with Three Rivers Ambulance Authority today about the increase in cases they have seen, and she joins us now from Studio 15.
Paramedics say during a 10 to 12-hour period over the weekend, they saw 6 patients suffering from serious spice side effects, and they even got a call about it today.
They're coming in as falls or unresponsive parties, which we go on all the time.
But for trial paramedics this weekend, something about the calls was a bit different.
That's not typical of what we've seen in the past.
Paramedics say they saw an increase in the number of spice overdoses this weekend. But this batch of spice is different from others that they've dealt with.
We generally don't know that drugs are on board the person until we are right next to them or physically touching them. Well, that's when they wake up and they're just out of control.
The more than half a dozen patients they saw over the weekend all had similar symptoms.
Their thought process isn't there, and their motor function isn't there either.
Then the patient becomes almost unresponsive, which changes to extreme anxiousness.
To the point where it's fight or flight, and they're panicking like we're trying to hurt them or they're convinced that they're going to die. And it can go from a peaceful scene to a very hostile environment.
Emergency responders have had to physically restrain some of the patients while still treating them for trauma and monitoring their vital signs.
Making sure they remain stable, and we haven't had anybody that I know that's been in critical condition from this.
Not only is spice challenging to treat because the recipe for the synthetic drug changes often, but it's also hard to tell where it's coming from.
We haven't seen a definite pattern in terms of the locations. It's pretty spread out.
And I'm told people normally get spice from gas stations or convenience stores. And police sources tell me there was a raid earlier this morning in Leo, possibly connected to spice. In Studio 15 tonight, Aaron Rodgers, News Channel 15.